Right, hi everyone. So this is the wee series that well, I say series, I'll do it for a month, but it might only just be 3 weeks or something. So welcome if you're new, my name's Claire. Wait a minute while I go and shut the door. This channel is, I think you can still hear me when because I've got the mic on. This channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine. They've pulling me to a card down there that says take a media break. So sorry, I would normally pause, but I can't be arsed. Just going to be honest. They're pulling me to that on the floor. Take a media break. So it's always interesting how that happens. It doesn't always happen this way, but a lot of the time when I'm due to take a wee break from YouTube, I was going to say social media, but this is only social media I'm on. It all sort of coincides, and because whenever it's getting to a part of my chart where I know I'm going to be more tired or I need more time myself, there's synchronicities like this. So again, this, you could be a bit similar, Cancer season that we're in right now. It is about the hermit shell. It is about, stillness, feminine energy. So regardless of your gender, you might find yourself needing a bit more time to yourself. But either way, you may need to take a media break. I'm just wondering as well, especially if this is about addictions, if any of you are particularly addicted to any type of social media or different types of social media. Right, so this one is going to be a quicker one today because I really did want to get out a walk. It was really, really heavy rain, which I love walking in, but there was a thunderstorm warning and I can be a bit too serious about shit like that. I'm kind of like, because you know what I mean? It's not wise to be out and about where possible, but it's stopped raining now, so I'm going to get out for a bit before I come back and do the live stream. And then after that live stream tonight, guys, OMG, I need to just have a bit of a rest. And again, Uranus is doing it, shaking up the schedule thing, because I think my plans have all sort of changed about here, there and everywhere, but all I know is I'm mostly resting. So I won't be available for Zoom sessions until Tuesday next week, but I'm available Tuesday to Friday next week if you're watching this in real time on the 2nd of July. Right, okay, so, and like I said, 2nd of July today, real time is Libra Moon, Cancer Sun, so that is finding the balance of your own self-care. That's what it says to me. Finding the balance of your own feelings and other people's. So maybe you need to fill up your own cup before you go helping everyone else, right? So, especially if you work on social media like I do, like you need to look after you before you look after other people, right? So, what have we got? And then you can come back stronger. Like I always come back like the Phoenix Rising, because for a little bit of the Scorpio moon, I'm still in my shell, and then for the rest of the Scorpio moon, I rise like the Phoenix. That's what happens every month. So it's wise for you to know these things about your chart, and I can tell you about that in a session. Right, so shuffling these chakra cards, what have we got? So we'll just do the same as yesterday. Divine feminine, divine masculine energy within you and within a connection. I'm not intending them to carry on from the day before, so this is a brand new one, but again, you never know, it might seem like it does. So let's just see. Divine feminine. Oh, interesting. Self-worth. So this is a sacral chakra card. So remember the whole intention that I'm carrying for this. Because again, that's what, if everyone else knows this, surely by now, if you've watched me for years. But because like I said, I do fairly regularly, like once a month, I like to do a bit of a theme. But I kind of had a break from it just for a bit there. I can't remember when I last done it. But yeah, basically, I'm holding the intention for the group. So if we were an actual physical group, as a shamanic teacher, I would be holding the intention for trauma release. So that is the way that I look at it. I do take it very seriously. So what I'm feeling here is the divine feminine. This card is all about this little girl doesn't feel worthy of sitting in this special chair. So this could be your inner child, or if you're a guy, this could be a little boy, and that could be your inner child. And how you feel about your feelings, it really doesn't matter. But either way, divine feminine, you could have been dealing with things like this in the past, or currently, you're releasing some kind of stuck energy around your self-worth. And like I've always said, on my own personal spiritual awakening, spiritual awakening in general, but twin flame awakening as well, it was what I quickly realised was, because there wasn't all these hundreds and thousands of twin flame people about when I was going through my awakening, I was having to work it out myself. That it was the core wound of unworthiness, you know, that I really noticed, you know. And I read a book on that at the time too that really helped. I think it was actually called that. But it was, yeah, it was just basically, yeah, I healed myself through bibliotherapy, which is basically through reading books, but I wasn't reading the books, I was listening to the books. So you could really be healing the feminine energy within you. And you know what is really synchronistic? Right as I'm saying that, they guided my eyes to my mum out the window. Funny, isn't it? Because I am going to be seeing my mum in a bit, but she's going somewhere else before I see her. So how interesting. That is, the synchronicity is nuts. So yeah, you really could be healing, you know, things to do with your own mum or just the feminine energy. And like I said, the sacral chakra is, you know, your self-worth, obviously, but it's everything to do with your womb space if you're a woman. So, and this is where we hold trauma. And if you're a man, you hold it at the sacral. So that is the block for the feminine. What have we got for the masculine? It's a masculine, feminine side. Ooh, vanity. Right, so this is a throat show. We've got guilt there too, so there's another one. So I'm going to take both because I pulled my eyes in. And then we've actually got release behind that too. So what I'm feeling is I actually feel it's all of them. So this is a throat chakra card. I'm going to be honest, I actually cannot fucking actually remember what that whole fable's about. But what I'm getting from this is the core wound is vanity. It feels like, you know, the masculine's dealing with issues of perhaps your self-worth was wrapped up in what other people thought of you. That's what I feel. So again, remember, this is for both people. So at some point or now, that you would connect with this if this is your divine feminine, divine masculine energy and your union. So I feel you're releasing, you're trying to release guilt and stuck emotions at the sacral chakra for perhaps when you've done that, when you've bothered too much about what other people think about you. And that's, you know, you're really just, that's what you're trying to release. So again, I'm going to work with that because I want to go a bit quicker so I can get out of this walk, especially because I've just seen my mum. Like I said, I've not seen her for an hour or something, but it's, sorry to call my mum her. I don't like she and her when we're talking about people we love, but right, okay, or anyone. It's rude, you know what I'm saying? I'm very polite like that, guys. Right, so I might swear, but I'm very polite. Like I said, I'm a bit of a walking enigma to people because, well, first of all, I'm a divine feminine, a real divine feminine, but also because I've got my soul, my Aries, raw and real energy, and very honest. Too honest for some, but again, I love Aries energy, and other people too. I mean, sits in the house of Virgo, which is about humbleness, you know what I mean? And we just came out the Virgo moon there, so I'm a strange mix, but like I said, it's good, you know. I like that my Aries sits in the house of Virgo. Some of it is in the house of Leo as well, which makes it fun, fiery energy. But I like that my sun is in the house of Virgo because it just sort of balances that energy out. That's why I always say, like, I'm so passionate about that. I said that in yesterday's one too. You've really got to know your astrology because it matters where somebody's sun sign sits, you know, in what house. Like if I was an Aries in the house of Aries, I'd be a completely, entirely different person. I would be like, yeah, completely different person, but I would be who I was meant to be, you know what I mean? So it's the same with you, you know, like don't let the stereotypical things of astrology don't, you know, might not, if it doesn't resonate with you, it's probably because, you know, you've got different combinations. Well, it's not probably, it is because you've got different combinations. Right, what else do you need to know for the feminine? Prosperity. So, oh, isn't that interesting? Self-worth and prosperity. So there's something about abundant success here. Right away, if you're the feminine energy, male or female, it feels like, you know, you didn't feel worthy of the success, you know. Like at some point you felt like, you know, why me? Like, why am I picked to do this? You know, I'm not good enough for this. Or, you know, I can't have the union that I want. You know, I'm not good enough. You know, you had to heal all that kind of energy. And then the masculine has to heal that after you. But this is also going on the masculine, like, I'm not good enough for this, you know, all that kind of stuff. So masculine. Got Archangel Thanuel 20, hope, optimism, new beginning. It did come out in reverse though. So again, the masculine is releasing, it feels like releasing decisions that they're not happy about that they made now, things that they feel guilty about, releasing guilt basically, releasing guilt. Vanity feels like releasing your ego and, you know, you might be a bit hopeless, right? Because that person doesn't look too happy and they're standing in the graveyard. It's a bit miserable, but it's like, I feel that's what, your guides are working with you to release the trauma, to come into this new beginning. So you might want to get, a look into your Akashic records. That's what I'm doing right now, but obviously this is general, so it'd be wise to get that. Oh, wait a minute. These are the cards I started with yesterday. Right, so what have we got then for the feminine to go with that? These short and sweet ones can sometimes be straight to the point. Getting crumbs. You deserve more than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. So that's so interesting, because what was that I was watching? It's in right. So I've uploaded all the shorts up until Monday, and OMG, I mean, they just couldn't get any more dramatic. And here's your warning now. This weekend is a Scorpio moon, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I was picking up on some spicy union energy. But for those of you that aren't in that, or at the same time simultaneously, I was picking up on, and basically this is the Uranus conjunct Venus, and Venus going into Gemini energy. It's like basically shocking surprises in love. But I'm feeling there can be some nasty stuff going on with like past people or present people that that it's being down with, because there was just, I was getting all the films that were coming to me were all the creepy stalker films, like where people are not letting you go. So, you can see that in the shorts when it gets released the night before for the day of what it's for. And again, they're all timeless, but just in case they are real time, I'm saying now, because it was really creepy energy. My eyes just got drawn at the timer at 11:44 there too. They made me see it in time. And I've not been looking at the thing the whole time. I've been looking out the window, as you know, when I was saw my mum and stuff. So, yeah. But anyway, when I was doing the shorts, I kept saying things like, this person wants to adore you and stuff like that, and I was hearing in my head, that Harry Styles, just let me adore you, and I don't know the words to it, but so again, it feels like this, this is an energy of somebody that wants to be with you, they want to spend time with you, they want to show you how much they care, and I feel it's because they gave you crumbs in the past, or like I said, in the shorts, like I said, they didn't give you any crumbs. For some people, I feel that is the case. They did not give you anything, and this is what they're trying to release guilt about. It wasn't the right time, but yeah. So again, I feel you know your self-worth, Divine Feminine. You're holding out for the best, and you're heading for abundance and success, and you're not accepting crumbs from anyone, twin flame or otherwise. But I feel because you're really valuing yourself like that, it's pushing your twin to drop the fucking ego. That is hilarious. They just pulled me to that. Like they're dropping, it's pushing your twin to drop the fucking ego. Right, masculine, but you see, also masculine, your feminine side, you are not settling for less than what you deserve with karmic energies. You know your self-worth. You know that you do deserve your divine feminine. You do deserve this union. And you're not settling for crumbs. You want someone that adores you. And I feel you're awakening that your feminine adores you. Oh, I love that. Right, masculine. The masculine's been given too much to the wrong people. That's what's coming through here. You're depleted because you give too much. You need balance to give and take. Now, I already know that that's true, because I'm thinking of someone in the membership had said basically the exact same thing as this. So you'll know who you are if that. That could actually probably be a few people in the membership would resonate with that. But you must release old ties in order to have a fresh start with someone new. There we go. Wow. I mean, it's really calling it out, isn't it? This is exactly what I'm picking up on, and that's what the shorts picked up on. This is the masculines that are needing to release these unhealthy... Sorry, I'm just taking a wee photo because I'm going to upload this while I'm walking. Yeah, these unhealthy connections. You're not fated to be alone. You gave up on love because you think you're meant to be alone. It's not true. Like, again, it's either this is healing trauma of people you've been with in the past, and now you feel you're fated to be alone. Because you've been traumatized by what you went through, or you're still in something like that, getting crumbs, giving too much to the wrong people, and you need to release it. So you'll know whatever one it is. Right, let's get some wee bits of tarot, and then I'll call it a day at this. So what have we got for the feminine? The Hierophant. So again, I feel you're learning your lessons. You could have learned your lessons so much that you're teaching others what you've learned. That's very in there for me with this Venus and Gemini. It's going to be conjunct my Chiron, so it's that's where my Chiron 0 degrees Gemini. That is a huge reason of the energy that I carry to be able to support and teach the twin flames, because it is in the 7th house of partnership, and then my North Node, my destiny, is in the 8th house of sexual union. So I'm here to do a lot of that. So yeah, I feel they're saying you're making up your own rules too. So that's the divine feminine, divine masculine, feminine side, masculine. We have the Three of Pentacles. So, oh my God, some of these are pretty graphic, isn't it? So, right. So they're saying masculine's working on releasing what they need to in order to go towards their Empress. Unless, now how fascinating is this, with me seeing my mum out the window, it could be the masculine is working to release mother wounds, or, you know, healing the energy around not being able to receive unconditional love, or releasing, and it could be people are actually releasing like family situations, like, you know, mother to child, yeah, the Empress. But I feel it's like the masculine's working towards their Empress, the divine feminine. So it's however it all fits, yeah, with a love offer. A big love over. Oh my God, they came out in that order yesterday. Yeah, so this person's been working on their self-love before they go towards their divine feminine Empress, their wish fulfillment. They do not want to walk away from this. They're holding on tight. But I do feel, yes, for some people are releasing a manipulative female, whatever the connection is in their life. Could be some sort of family situation. They're putting a toxic situation behind to do with family. So whether this is this person's actual family as an adult, they create a family with someone else in a family situation, or like other members of the family, you'll know, but they no longer want to give to that. It's not equal. That's who they're giving too much to. They could be moving in silence, sort of sneaking away. They don't want. They're tired of feeling out in the cold. Yes, I think someone is leaving some kind of family, that toxic thing behind, because like, look, there's a tower moment that's going to cause imbalance, but this person's awakened to like some spell work and illusions, like manipulation around them. Yeah, look, secrets coming out. They just have to pause to gather their emotions. But also, you see how you had the Queen of Cups in reverse, now you've got the King of Cups in reverse. That could be the breakup of like a karmic relationship. Yeah, where there was a lot of fighting, doing, like, you know, again, I feel there's been like just beef went down in some kind of karmic situation that someone's walking away from. It's going to cause an upheaval, a tower moment. But also, I feel there could have been some kind of argument between twin flames here, that someone wants to come and apologise for. They're making plans to move towards a Queen of Wands that they're no longer confused about, and they've been in sleepless nights, trauma. Oh my God, that's really interesting. So, someone's been having sleepless nights because they couldn't close out a karmic cycle. They couldn't move on from it for some reason. There's been some kind of hold up with a third party, an injustice. But very soon this person's coming forward, fast, flying forward. Could be on a motorbike, or, you know, some kind of, you know, coming forward for the 10 of Pentacles, a legacy and a union with the divine feminine. But basically, yeah, that sleepless nights card, that honestly, I'll talk about it tonight in the live, but fucking hell, that was me last night. It was so horrible. Like, after, you know, I'd walked 12,000, no, it wasn't 12, well, probably by the time, I'd walked like 11,500 steps, right? I was knackered. And long story short, because I want to get out and walk again, like, I thought, right, I'll watch last night's Love Island, because it always chops off the end of it, very annoyingly. And then I'll watch tonight's one, right? So by the time I'd done that, I thought, right, I'm tired enough to go to sleep. So I thought, could not get to sleep, right? Now, I'm not being funny, this was like just right before midnight. I was awake till like 5:30, 6 in the morning. It was fucking torture. It was horrible. I do get that fairly often, but I've actually not had that for quite a while that I can remember, because I sleep so well on this couch, which is why I'm sleeping on the couch. Because again, I've had like fucking members of my family, some of my friends have been up, be like, what, you know what I mean? My mum's like, is there something wrong with your bed? And I'm like, no, I actually just sleep better in here. Do you know what I mean? Most of the time. But it's kind of like, so all of this could be relevant, you know, when I'm talking about sleeping on the couch, somebody could have been sleeping on the couch in a family environment, and, you know, there's a tower moment or something. Or, but I feel that's going to have a lot of meaning. I feel I was really channeling the energy of a lot of divine masculine that just could not sleep. I felt the stress, the worry. My head felt like it was going to explode. I had to get up and make a cup of tea because it was like I felt like I had a migraine. It was horrible. So they've just reminded me of that. So this might be the only place I talk about it unless it comes up again tonight. But it really was torture. So I feel that was the Virgo moon going round and round in some people's head. Let's do that. Let's get creative here. Guilt. Put that over the fucking bit. But you know what's quite interesting, right? Let's just do that. Oh no, wait a minute. It's not even. Yeah. So basically, they're just on Love Island, right? They always do this thing where they do like basically sexy dances, right? The girls do it to the guys do it to the girls. And long story short, the couple that I originally, when it very first started, I thought that was quite shit and shady. What, like, look, you were being shady. What the guy done, because he was, watch out, shit could get ugly. So that's a message for someone too, because basically he was paired up with one and he sneaked through to that sneaky room with the other one, but they just started, they hardly knew each other. And basically the point is, it's because the one that he sneaked off with, they've got major chemistry. And I've been that geeky that I went and looked at their astrology, right? I could see exactly why those two are being pulled to each other. They've got, when I thought that's really funny. They've got two of the same placements that I know me and my twin flame have got. Now, again, I'm not for a second saying they're twin flames, but, you know, basically they've got major sexual tension chemistry. But what I was finding interesting was he was like asking her, do you think this is just sex or do you think there's more? And I feel that is one of the things that can come up when you've got really amazing connections like that, you know, like very fiery connections. You kind of think, right, is this all this is? Is this love or lust? So that could be, I think they're telling me that because that could fit with this group of masculine at some point or still now. But basically, I think, you know, it's quite interesting to watch this guy, because again, what I thought was funny was he's a Scorpio with a shitload of other Scorpio placements. So it's like, that makes sense why he's a fucking horn dog. But it's like, you know, they're being pulled back to each other. That's the point. They're being magnetised toward each other. And it is a shame to watch the other girl he's paired up with, like, basically being a bit in denial, but now accepting that that's the case. But isn't that, it's a little bit like, well, it's very like the twin flame journey, where chemistry is chemistry and you can't deny it. When two people are getting pulled back to each other, you know, most people with eyes can see it too. And I feel that that is going to be the case with whoever's going to connect with this. But I'm going to leave it on that. If it comes into it again, any of that, I will, but I want to get out my walk. So I'm planning on just, this will upload when I'm out of walk. So this will probably be uploaded right before I go live, or, you know, not long before. But if not, if this is out before I go live, I'm planning on going live about 7 o'clock UK time. So yeah, I better move my ass. So yes, I will see you later. But yeah, I hope that made sense to someone. I'm just trying to, is there anything else? Maybe a wee message card with what? Let's, oh, come, we'll pick them all up. There's loads. What have we got here? What does the masculine want to say? The interest if the karmic partner one comes out. Oh, look, that fits. Yeah, I want to treat you the way you deserve. Yeah, this person wants to adore you. They want to treat you the way you deserve because they didn't in the past. They're frustrated. And we're meant to be together. I'll wait for as long as it takes. So I show you, that's always my card that I'm like, it's because it feels like this person's done something wrong and we know that this person's releasing guilt. They're like, they feel it might, you know, it might take a bit of effort to get you to listen to them. I hate seeing you with them. I feel again that is the person panicking that you're going to move on, unless that is like you hate the thought of them being with someone else. I'm dreaming about holding you close. It feels safe and warm in your arms. I never want this dream to end. It needs to be my reality. I'm still healing popped in there as well. But again, it feels like one of these ones where this person's realising the next part of their healing lies with you, because I keep pulling the Embrace Your Destiny card in the shorts, so you'll see that. Oh my god, look, Mum says hang up. Yeah, I thought that when there's definitely, someone's definitely releasing some kind of something to do with an empress, some other connection or something. And I look forward to our family together. Whoa. Oh my god, whoa, our spirit babies talk to me. I wonder if you see their signs too. Shit, this person's getting... Actually, the Ace of Cups is birth and families and stuff and that too, new beginnings. I see and hear your name everywhere. I'm so grateful to have you as my divine masculine. You're so loved so much and I can't wait to show you. And one more, you need to clear and protect your energy now. Right, okay, so these last bits might not have resonated with everyone, but I felt guided to pull them. So I will just shuffle these. I can't help myself. So look, I can't help myself. But you see, I think that's the masculine. They can't help themselves. Let me tell you, again, I keep saying, let me tell you, the energy for that Scorpio moon, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as well as everything I've said, it is spicy too. It's like, what I titled it was like the electrical charge, electrical energy building between twin flames is reaching 100. And that makes sense because electrical energy is Uranus, and Uranus is going into the sign of the twins, you know, like it's, there's basically huge union energy, right? Huge union energy, all for the next week. I would say basically throughout July. Huge union energy, they pull out marriage, yeah, union. And it could be very shocking, unpredictable things where people are following their soul path because it's the one. I mean, that's just nuts. A personal revolution within your relationship, unexpected connection, kingdom marriages, wedding bells are ringing. Now, it doesn't need to be literal marriage, this can be union, especially because I was saying union, but very soon your true love will arrive. Thumbnail options are plenty. Right, see you later.